So if you can find your seats, we will get ready to go.
Good morning, how are we? Great, well, we'll get started. Welcome to A Million Cups. We've got a few people still struggling, and can everybody hear me okay? Okay, great. Well, my name is Wendy Taylor, and I'm the site manager for the incubator here in Eustis. Do we have any new people here today? Oh, a lot of new people, okay. Do you want to quick introduce yourself? We've got microphones back there. We'll start in the back.
Or do you want me to just bell? I'm with Trout Lake Nature Center. I'm Eileen Traumantana, the executive director there. And I can bellow because we do a lot of school classes and adult programs.
So my name is Michael. This is my wife right here.
Hello.
You both can bellow. I can speak loud because I've done a lot of fitness classes, so I can get way louder than this. And she is a professional singer.
I'm used to holding a microphone.
Everyone's good.
Anybody else?
I'm Deborah Stewart. I'm a broker at Gallery 54 Realty, and this is one of my agents, Sherry. We're here for the first time.
Welcome.
Hi, Cassandra Daniel with MBD Fab, and we make things out of metal.
Anyone else?
Good morning, my name is Kyria. I work for United Center Bank. I'm a branch operations lead there. Some of you, come on. I work at our corporate office in Eustis.
Great, thank you. If you are a new attendee to this morning's meeting, hopefully you signed in downstairs, or if you want to present, we're asking people to sign in downstairs. If you are a returning visitor, or not visitor, but a returning person, you don't have to sign in, but if you could scan the QR code up there. We're trying to move things downstairs along quicker so you can get in to the building faster. So I want to introduce Pam and George. They own Mega Workspace, and do you want to say a couple words?
Sure. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for coming here. This is a vision that Pam and I have had to try to bring entrepreneurs together and business people join in this free program and help each other. So we have a couple people I wanted to introduce real quick and let you know. First off, my favorite commissioner in Eustis. I'm sorry, she didn't hear me. And then there's Willie Hawkins, who has been a driving force in getting this place going. And we're lucky to have him as a big supporter for small business. Matter of fact, I think, did you decide whether you're going to rerun again?
I'm ready.
You are going to run, okay. So Willie's going to run for commission again, which is great. Jeremy is here from Lake County, hiding right in front of me. But we're in Lake County, giving us a tremendous amount of support for everything. Chamber, Marie Alberti, our former vice mayor and commissioner in Eustis, who has just blown the windows out at the Chamber of Commerce, so expect even more. And I would be ashamed not to thank every minute I can think about Pam and I's vision here that was possible by a lot of hard work from Lee. And Ray is here today, one of their top dogs, and they have done a tremendous job to make this possible. A Million Cups would not be here if it wasn't for Ray. So
Don't let him deflect. It's these two that really this here.
So we've got a collaborative workspace. We do have desks and we do have offices for rent. I'll throw that in there. If you have an interest or you don't want to take a tour after, please do. But thank you for these people who support us, and thank you for the commissioners who voted to help us with this. Good luck on your campaign. I'll vote for you. Got my vote.
Thank you, George. I probably need to turn it on. We'd like to thank our sponsors this morning. We have Foxtail Coffee, sponsored the coffee, and United Southern Bank for the donuts and bagels, so thank you. So, first time we talked to our guests this morning, we already introduced them. So what is 1MC, 1 Million Cups? Has anybody been to the chapter in Orlando at Rollins College? Okay, we have one. Anybody gone to one outside of the state of Florida?
Oh,
Okay, or in another market in Florida, Tampa maybe? Okay, so all of the Million Cups, we all meet every Wednesday at 9. So it's a really unique organization. It's not a chamber, not a Rotary, not a BNI. Works differently. And everybody that I've talked to, when I tell them what we do, they go, oh, that's really cool. So it is really cool. So it's presenters, not pitches. It's connections, not networking. We're not here passing out our cards. Yes, you're going to exchange cards, but we're not shuffling cards and dealing cards. It's connecting and being part of the community to help each other. So that's the difference between 1 Million Cups and some of the other connecting groups out there. So we're going to give away some swag. We've got some nice things up here. We've got these posters that Pam's dad has made. Do you want to wait back there? He made this awesome poster. So we'll pull some names out of the fishbowl. If you have not put your card in, has everybody put their card in? Yes. We're really quiet this morning. Are you all cold and not awake? Or you partied too much on President's Day? I don't know. Yes, he partied too much on President's Day. All right. So we'll do a drawing here in a little bit. So, do you want to present? This is totally open to all of you if you want to present. We've had some really good presenters. I think one of the most interesting ones was the lady that didn't know what to name her company. Anybody here for that? The bunny cake lady? Yeah, she didn't know what to name her company. So that was cool to bring it into all of us and say, hey, here's my problem. I don't know what to call my company. So that's pretty neat. So if you have a business idea, we'd love to help you. Come in and present your business idea. If you are a newer business, 1 to 5 years old, and it's the what's keeping you up at night. We all have that, right? What's keeping you up at night? Outside of personal life, it's your business. What's keeping you up? If you're an established business and you want to start a new venture, new product, new service, we'd love to hear about it. You can apply, right there's the website. It's really easy, just go online and you can apply to present, and then it sends an alert to Ray and I, and Jim and Monty, so it sends us an alert that you filled out an application. You can connect with us through the QR code. We are on Facebook, on YouTube. We do stream live on Facebook. So if you want to text your friends and family, if they can't make it today, you can tell them to hop in right now, because we stream live. Would you like to be a community organizer? So that's just helping us put these meetings on. We are meeting people. I know this board up here looks really full, but we've had some people drop off and because they have a lot of obligations. So if you would like to help us, we are looking for volunteers. It's just a great way to get involved, and if you've got some new ideas, please bring them. We'd love to have you help us. So come see Ray or I or Jim if you want to help.
Yeah, if I could add to that, for the new people here, 1 Million Cups really is its own self-sustaining volunteer organization. LEAD was charged to bring 1 Million Cups to Lake County. It's Lake County's first chapter of 1 Million Cups. And just as a barometer, there's about 120 other cities around the country that have these going on every week, and kind of what Wendy alluded to, it's really neat to think of just a connected entrepreneur, what it can do for Lake County, but also how it's happening all over the country. And it's neat, and that's why we always say, what better way to get involved as an entrepreneur to be a part of the organizing group looking to support entrepreneurs in Lake County. So that's our ask, and this is a self-sustaining organization, just like many of you are probably part of Kiwanis or Rotary or other civic groups. Similar dynamic, but more focused on entrepreneurism and business. So sorry to steal that from you, Wendy.
Yep, that's good, that's good. When we were getting this chapter organized, Ray and I and Jim, we had to go to Ocala to look at how that one was set up, and it runs just like this. So it's pretty neat, the organization of it and how each chapter meets the same every week. So it's pretty cool. So the question of the day, so this is where we get audience engagement here. So you gotta raise your hand on this, guys, okay? Imagine you've been given a billboard in the busiest part of town, free of charge for 1 month. What would you put on it to represent the essence of your business and why? This is a real thinker. Yeah, everybody's like, wow. Yes, Julie.
So I remember a couple of weeks ago, I think we talked about taglines, and I think that
A couple of weeks ago, we talked about taglines, and I think that billboards are a great place to put your tagline. And because like we mentioned before, it's essentially, well, the essence of your business, what you put on that tagline. So that's pretty important. And as well as a little bit representation of what you actually do is good to put on billboards.
Very good. Anybody else? Kim's got one.
I think I'm gonna steal George's line here. We're trying to like where great minds meet, and then just like a QR code or a website link just to get people's attention. So where great minds meet, I think.
I know for mine and some of the other ones in here, the real estate side, achieve the American dream.
Life gets busy, we help give your time back. Good. Anybody else? Oh, John's got one.
I'm not a business, but
You don't need a microphone.
I'm allowed now. I just put on there, no cost consulting to help your business succeed. We're not allowed to do advertising on billboards, but that's what I put.
I have one. Being a realtor in commercial and residential, and one of the things that I really take pride in is I would have the time on doing the right thing.
Yes.
Tom Headley, neighbors of Eustis. I just put, what's your story?
What's your story? Okay.
I would say get your past paid for so you can fund your future. Talk to why you took us today.
Eating clean never felt so dirty.
I think if I was to do, so marketing is my background, so a lot of you know I have cows, and I have a picture of one of my cows with one of my lawn chairs stuck on his head. Yeah, that actually happened. My neighbor texted it to me. I was in a meeting and I went, well, I guess he's gonna sit like that. So, and I have used this picture in some marketing and it's worked. I put that up, and then I'd say something like, how's your day going? Or how's your business going? Like, as good as the cow? Just something to catch people's attention. So, that's what I would do, something like that. So, if anybody wants that picture, I'll send it to you. You can use it in your marketing.
But you Chick-fil-A might want that.
Actually, yeah. Why you should eat more chicken. Okay, so the format for today. We've got one presenter, Amanda Brothers, and she's going to give a 6-minute presentation with 20 minutes of interactive feedback. That's where we come in, okay? We're going to give her feedback on her problem. Keep your Facebook succinct. Oh, please keep it. Okay. Sorry. So, who's running the Facebook? Oh, Zuli. Okay. So Zuli's going to monitor the Facebook page. We have people watching live online. So again, text your friends and family. They can hop in and they can also participate. So, welcome, Amanda.
Good morning.
Good morning, Amanda.
So as I was saying, I'm Amanda Brothers, and the name of my company is Empower for Change, LLC.
That's pretty.
So I am the founder of Empower for Change, LLC. It is a transformational life coaching business, and what I specialize in is identity empowerment and divorce recovery. I'm also an inspirational speaker, podcast host, and an author. And I tell my story in my book from when I went through divorce. That's what sparked my desire to become a divorce coach. I started this journey, and I'm not really gonna go by, because it throws me off to keep looking at slides. I started this journey in 2018, or the end of 2017. Somebody mentioned coaching. I was in a multi-level marketing company. And so I started contemplating coaching, like what would that look like for me? This journey of discovering what coaching was and what I wanted to do with it has been really challenging for me because I knew nothing about entrepreneurship. how to be an entrepreneur. When I started it, I hired my first coach, my first business coach. And that business coach taught me how to put together my coaching programs. I hired my second coach. That coach taught me some more about putting together coaching programs, and also how to hash out my ideal client, what my niche was, all those kinds of things. So I started not building the foundation, but it was like starting from the roof with a faulty foundation. And in that, it went from, I started as a mindset and identity coach. So I'm listening to all these people, all these coaches, mindset and identity. Then somebody said, well, no, you gotta just choose one. It's either mindset or identity. So then I went to identity empowerment. People were having a difficult time figuring out what identity empowerment was. So I have to keep explaining this, our identity in Christ. And then from there, and we moved here in 2022. We retired, we were living in Virginia. Moved here in 2022. So I'm starting all over again. So from 2018, when I started my LLC, I was still working full time outside of the home, trying to pull all this together. So it never took off. It never really got off the ground. So I never really did anything with it. It was a struggle. 2022, I started here in Florida. So I transferred everything over. I had to figure out how to transfer everything over so I wouldn't lose my EIN and have to start from scratch all over again. So I did all that, moved everything to Florida. And then in 2023, I was in a 5-day challenge with another coach. So I hired coaches, I've invested in myself. I spent thousands of dollars investing in myself, taking programs, coaches, all those things. And in this 5-day challenge, I had an epiphany. I was trying to do the identity empowerment, focused on women who were not okay, but scared to say they were not okay, they were in distress, all these things. But my ideal client wasn't really, it wasn't honed in enough. My niche wasn't honed in enough. And so during this 5-day challenge, with this epiphany, the lady that was leading the challenge was talking about how she started as a divorce coach. And I'm like, that's it. Like, where did my identity crisis start? Because this is what I was tackling, women who were lost and didn't have any sense of self. Where did it start? It started with my divorce. Because I lost myself. I didn't know who I was. I didn't know what I liked anymore. And I had to start, I started from scratch. And so I was like, okay, well maybe I need to rebrand myself as a divorce recovery coach. Because that's where all of it started. Mindset and identity is always a part. It's always a part because that's what I struggle with the most. My mindset and my identity. So it's always a part of my structure. And so my challenge, you can go through this. Okay, so I just talked about the journey with all that. I have one-on-one coaching, a one-on-one coaching package, and I have a group coaching package. I struggle with that as well, like trying to break it down. What is everybody else doing? And they're nickel and diming. They're having like 1 coaching session, 4 coaching sessions, 5. It didn't sit with me. I wasn't in alignment with all of that. Trying to do what everybody else was doing just to make money. This is not about making money. It's about getting people the transformation that they're looking for. And when I started, I wasn't comfortable with the coaching package because of the price that I set. Because this is what the coaches would tell me. You have to set these high prices with these premium programs and all that. It's like, well, I couldn't even afford the prices that I was trying to charge when I was going through divorce. And so this year, or in 2023, I finally got to the place where I felt comfortable with my pricing, comfortable with my client, comfortable with my niche and honing in. So I know exactly who I'm talking to now. I'm not throwing spaghetti at the wall and trying to see what'll stick anymore. But my challenge is You can roll. My challenge is, I am a one-woman show. And I wear all the hats. I'm trying to do all of the things alone because there's no money coming in. Thank God for my husband. He's been financing this thing since I started. But my coach is like, what do you need? Is going to help you. And he finances it for me. I'm not giving up on this because I know it's something that's needed. It's something that I needed when I was going through it and I didn't have it. I went through my divorce alone. And I struggled through it. I literally lost my mind. I literally lost my mind trying to do it by myself. And I don't want anybody else to go through that. And so that's why I do what I do. And I know that with my programs and what I put together, looking at what these women need and knowing what their struggle is, that I can bring them the transformation that they're looking for. So my challenge is wearing all the hats, trying to do all the things, being a one-woman show. How can I make this coaching program profitable and sustainable? Thank you.
Hey, do we have help here from the audience to give Amanda some ideas on her challenges? Yes, Jerome.
You might want to just hand.
Sure. Absolutely.
You might want to attach yourself to some nonprofits, have some in mind, and then they can utilize you as a service. Like, like Kingdom Honor Race, find feed in the store. They help single mothers in these relationships, or sometimes divorces or struggling. They give them housing and a job, help them relocate, and you can help counsel in a situation like that.
So one of the things that I didn't share is I also want to be a one-stop shop. And so in this hub that I'm trying to build, the collaborations that I'm trying to build, connecting with family divorce attorneys, family law attorneys, therapists, certified divorce financial analysts, realtors, refinance people like Jim, just making sure that I have things in place for, as these women are coming to me, that I have a resource that I can pull from in order to be able to help them to find the resources that they need so that they're not out there trying to do it all by themselves. So anybody that you can connect me to would also be a help, that you think that I will be, like you were saying, that will help me to reach the people that I'm trying to reach.
I actually just have a question. Oh, go ahead.
I love what you do. I'm a financial coach, so I work with people in that arenas, and have been doing that for 3.5 years. What I found as far as being a one-man operation is I have to time block, and I have to be religious about my calendar. And if not, then things get double booked, and I get pulled in too many different directions. So in one way, you have to list out, here's all the tasks that I do, and then rearrange them in order of priority. I say, I'm gonna block off 2 hours for this. I'm gonna be, hold my boundaries really, really strong. Because the tighter you hold your boundaries, the more people are attracted to you. A client that hired me last year had terrible boundaries, and when I went through my coaching agreement, she said, you have really good boundaries, do you coach people on that too? And because it's mindset coaching, yes, it's through finance, and you're working on people's thought process, not just on where they're at in life. But you have to make sure that you're holding your calendar sacred and time block that calendar to be able to wear those hats and not be overwhelmed. And you may even need to do a hand gesture, like I'm taking off this hat and I'm putting on my marketing hat. I'm taking off my marketing hat and putting on my coaching hat. Taking off my coaching hat, I'm doing my sales hat where I'm making phone calls. I've worked with a few small businesses that I told them, you're gonna feel stupid doing it, but ain't nobody in the room but you, so just put on your imaginary hats because it helps you with your mindset in shifting from this time block to this time block.
I just had a quick question. It may seem ridiculous. I just want to have a clear picture. So the goal is to remain a one-woman band. The goal is to not, you'll have employees, at least for the time being, or is that something that down the road that you're looking at? To have help?
And support, somewhere down the line, once finances start coming in.
Right.
Right now, like I said, fees,
Gotcha.
paying all of my monthly bills, all my bills.
Okay. That's a blessing. Amen. Thank you.
Can I piggyback off that question? When you were saying that you're a one-woman show, so are you looking for connections, like you said, you're one stop, or are you looking for resources to help you in the different areas? For example, are you looking for somebody to assist you with marketing, or are you looking for resources so you can do your own marketing?
I am looking for collaborations for my clients. Like I was saying, the family law attorneys, the therapists, the financial analysts, those kind of people, so that I have a resource of people that I can send people to, and that they know me, so when clients come to them, they can also send clients to me. And I can take some of the things off their plate. So like I'm working with one attorney now, who is going to teach me how to do some of the paperwork that they need at the beginning. So they can send people to me, that's going to cut down on what they have to pay the attorney to do all this paperwork. They can send it to me, I can help them with the paperwork before they even go to the attorney to start doing that. So that's a source of income for me as well, because I can charge for that. So let's bring in at least some income on that side. So just being able to collaborate with people to bring these resources that people need.
So one thought that I had, since you want to be the one-stop shop, and maybe instead of being as a divorce coach, kind of maybe a little bit of a rebranding, to be a divorce counselor. And you're going to need to join like the affiliate board of realtors, because you're going to do something there that nobody else does, but it's going to give you connections to different services they will need. You may need to join at some minor level the bar association to make contact with it. So when they sit down with you, you have a menu of these are the things that I can help with. If you want to help find an attorney, I have a list of attorneys. You can recommend them. If you want to help with this, have your menu, let them kind of maybe pick and choose the menu, and then like Jesse said, 100% control your calendar, don't let the calendar control you.
So one comment from, I'm gonna butcher this, Naida Wilson. She said, first time watching 1 Million Cups online, Amanda Brothers is doing a great presentation. And then I did want to add on to that now that I have the mic. And would you run us kind of like through the process of like somebody comes to you, what that looks like, and then also kind of piggyback on what he was saying. So having a schedule is very helpful, but since you are a one-woman band as of now, it is good to start creating those processes. So what if if you encounter a lawyer or maybe a realtor has somebody that is going through a divorce and they're having a rough time. Just kind of creating these information sheets of what it is that you can provide to them. So anything that you can automate, do it, because as a one-person show, it really does matter when you can just kind of send out those pre-created emails or templates, or I'm not exactly sure how that works, but you will.
So yeah, I do have some systems and processes in place. I do use some CRM, and I do use the email marketing, AWeber. I don't know if I can say these things on but I use Honeybook for my CRM. I use ClickUp to kind of organize everything. I be able to put my documents and things in one place. Things are automated to send out. Like when I get the inquiry come in, it sends out an email to them. They can schedule it. Well, when they go to my website or they go to wherever they see the link to schedule a call, it goes directly to my calendar. So they don't have to, they don't have to go fishing around trying to find things and fill out a whole bunch of stuff. It goes to my calendar. They go ahead and schedule that initial call with me. And so I do the initial call. The emails are set up to go out. When I talk to them, do the discovery call, it sends out the contract if they decide to move forward with me, sends out the contract, the welcome packet, all those things. So I have some systems and stuff in place, processes in place in order to be able to do that. And that's what you're
And what you're doing is so connected with mental health. And so I would encourage you to look at grants that are available, because mental health right now is a primary area that grants are being given to. And you could get a lot of resources through the grants. And if you need help on, I have somebody I can connect you with for that, because I think that you could really benefit from getting some grants to help run your business. And that would then help you free up yourself, so you don't have to be a one person, one woman band. You could hire somebody to help you with your marketing and free you up to do what you do best. Because I think that's one of the things that really can hurt a small business, is trying to do it all and not focus on where your real true talent lies. And that's with connecting with people.
So I was thinking social media to connect, because I'm assuming that you're not just reaching out to people that live here in Florida, and your business is probably Zoom or phone call connections, and you can reach anybody in the world to help them. So maybe like TikToks and, you know, just short things about your story and how you want to help. I think that would connect with people from everywhere. I don't know if that's something that you have got into at all. I know it's hard for a lot of people, but it's a way for people to connect with you and move to that next step to become that customer.
Would this be an opportunity for an intern? I don't know where you'd find them, but it sounds like the perfect opportunity for somebody who's just trying to get into this field to get their feet wet and learn some things from you, so that it would help them along their career path.
This is a great resource for women going through divorce. Men need it too, you know, so maybe at some point there'd be two sides of the coin. I am totally on board with like the TikTok stuff. I mean, that is hot. I mean, and people like to hear it, you know. One of the questions I have is, in creating a coaching program, where do you see it in 5 years? And if you want to stay a one-man band, what does that look like in 5 years? And again, I think reverse engineering the vision. Like, if you want to be the only person, I would, but you didn't say that, you said you want to collaborate. I'm in a coaching program where a bunch of coaches have different strengths. And so if somebody wants a specialty call, then they set up a call. I do mindset too. So if somebody says, oh, we need somebody to deal with this person's mindset, they call me. If somebody needs to do acquisitions, they call another coach, you know, or sales or whatever. So having a team of coaches that are functioning in their genius and in their natural ability, I think goes a really, really long way. And I think everybody starts a business because there's a level of freedom that we want, but also helping people is valuable, especially whenever they've just been thrown on the ground and they don't have a clue what to do.
Some comment from Delaney.
So Amanda, I love your passion for what you do. These are quite a few grief share places. Oh, there are quite a few grief share places around town, especially thinking of Bay Street Baptist off the top of my head. You might go talk to some of those that run those meetings. They may be able to connect you with the people that will need your services. Thank you.
I've got one. Have you connected, you mentioned you connected with an attorney, and so you're doing the intake paperwork. What about doing a seminar, and it's just an educational on you, and maybe invite the attorney, mental health counselor, and you team up, kind of like what we did in January with all of us, to showcase the resources and just talk about the process, how you can help them, but the attorney does the legal paperwork and gets that, but you are coaching them through the whole thing to be that therapist on the side. Maybe that's a way to just partner in the community. And then another idea, have you talked to other attorneys in other areas? Orlando, Tampa, maybe Google some divorce attorneys and just ask them, hey, are you working with divorce counselors, therapists? And if so, how do you do it? Like, just to get some more ideas on, as a one-woman band, maybe some other areas that you could go into and just sort of go outside the Lake County and ask some others. Not people that do what you do, but, I mean, you could, but attorneys or mental health counselors.
I was on the opposite side of the scale from TikTok and everything else, being an old man in the room. If you haven't done so, I would have one-page summary of what you have, what you do. Call every pastor and priest in the area, in the Tri-City area. Call them up, make an appointment with them, go say, this is what I do. In case anybody you know needs help, I'm here for them.
Very excited with Brighter Realty Connection. As a realtor, divorce is a huge thing that we deal with, and one of the big things is I don't do a lot of divorces because I'm very transparent and upfront right away with both parties, because a transaction from a real estate standpoint is that they both have to agree, and that's what I hear from people that do divorce closings and stuff. It's very tough. And I think you have a great product or service, of getting people in that mindset of moving forward. And I think one of the biggest things that you can do is get on Facebook or TikTok or anything and just show your passion of what you went through and be able to really focus on what you're wanting to help to change that mindset.
About internships, if that's something that you are looking into possibly getting an intern to help you with some of these things, a good place to start would be schools, or maybe even as low as high schools. Schools nowadays are very, they're looking to raise their scores, their internal matrix, if you will, as far as helping people connect with jobs. And a lot of times these interns will take a position for a semester unpaid, just to have that experience. And sometimes it's a requirement for graduation. So just a thought.
Yeah, one follow-up thought on the social media part of it. Imagine if you did a Zoom with a blank screen next to you, and just kind of like, if you're going through this situation, this is where you and I can connect, and I can help you. Because I think a lot of people are going to be hesitant to step up. I can handle this. But just letting them know something that's like, this is where you and I are going to share. You can be on this screen, and I can be helping you. And the other point, I think to Wendy or Greg, whoever had said that, I don't know that I would go to divorce attorneys because I try to get, they're going to be very difficult to get hold of. Look at a collaborative group, and then look at mediators, because they're going to be much easier to connect with. So you want to find those groups of people that you're going to be able to get to call you back.
I know with your business, you've expressed that you really want to help people, and you also said that some of the women can't afford your services. So I have a question for you. Do you have something that could be kind of like an entryway into your services for free with some basic things that might be able to help some women who may not be able to afford the entire program, but might help them if they can't do everything with you, but also might give them a doorway if they want to do more, that they can purchase your services?
Well, when I mentioned that they couldn't afford my services, it was at the price that I had it before.
Gotcha. Okay.
And so now I've got my prices at a rate that I think is, I'm more in alignment with. And, I know that even with me, if it's something that I need, something that I really want, I'm gonna find a way to pay for it. And I've done coaching for free. I have somebody that I'm working with now that I'm coaching for free, just because I can't sit and watch somebody going through something knowing that I can help. And knowing that if they don't have the money to be able to do it, I offer. And so that's why I'm not making any money right now. I keep doing it for free because I can't stand to see people go through stuff and I know that I have something that can help you to pull you through. But I'm finding too, that with the people that, I do it for free, they're not consistent. They don't have any, for lack of a better word, they don't have any skin in the game. So they're in and out, in and out.
No
Instead of
value
going
for you
through-
here.
Yeah.
And no value for you.
Yeah.
To be a little bit more specific, what I'm referring to is not free coaching. What I'm referring to is something more, and I'm not familiar with this, so I can't tell you how it works. But maybe there could be like a PDF document that you would provide to somebody where you don't have to do any work after the initial setup. And it might be ways to communicate effectively. Different things to kind of maybe some of your mindset, mantras. Again, I don't know what you do, so I'm not going to make it. And something that you could give to them where you wouldn't have to put your time in, but that might make them interested for more.
Yeah, and I do have some PDFs that I can give out. I also have my book that I refer people to because it tells my story. I share authentically the raw of what I went through, the things that I did. You know, the fact that I literally lost my mind. So.
All right, we got a couple over here, then we're gonna go with Cassandra and then Brent.
So my question is, you talked about connecting with divorce attorneys. So at that point, they've already kind of made up their mind. They're going through that process. Do you have counselors or anybody that you are trying to connect with? That maybe it's a 3 to 6 month process before they've made up their mind. You know, you can be more logistics. Okay, if you're going to go through this process, these are the things we're going to need to take care of. Help get them lined up, get their ducks in a row ahead of time. You know, they're still paying for your service. Maybe they go through with it, maybe they don't, whatever. But the counselors are talking about their feelings and all that. And you can be a little bit more logistic. You're going to need some realtors. I can get you there. You're going to need some financial coaches. I can get you there. You know, and help them through the process before their mind is made up. Do you pre-divorce? Coaching, or is it just you've gone to the attorney? Let me help you now.
No, it's so I work with they're contemplating. They're either contemplating divorce, they're divorced, or they're currently going through divorce. So these are the women that I'm working with. If I understand, I may not be understanding your question.
Yeah, no, so I just didn't know if you are trying to connect with counselors that might be helping them through whether or not they want to get divorced, or are you just going to the divorce attorney when it's happening?
No, I haven't connected with any counselors yet, but counselors and therapists are people that I want to connect with as they're going through their process. And even if they're thinking about it and they're talking to a counselor, like I want to be able to. That's why I want to connect with the counselors and can collaborate with them as well as the therapists.
Like a little entry level.
Okay. Just. Oh yeah, you have to. I'm sorry.
Excuse me. Just from the sustainability and the profitability of your business, and I want to piggyback off what the gentleman said about, and one, know your worth, but kind of speaking of a sliding scale, but have you ever thought about folks with insurance, you know, as opposed to just charging, but sometimes people that come to you and they have like insurance that they can pay, and that would help you as far as when you don't get the other business, then you can take on the insurance portion of it.
Well, I'm not a counselor.
Okay.
So I can't do insurance. I'm a coach. It's totally different.
Okay, so that's what I was thinking about, as far as another piece, keep the business and keep it profitable.
So just to connect back with the gentleman's suggestion right here as far as having something that you can give them that's not taking your time. Because I totally identify with you. I'm a helper too. And so many times I'm putting my time into somebody's situation that I see that they need the help. So just a suggestion, maybe if they don't have the funds, try to work out a learning system. You know, through your conversation with them, I'm sure you will learn things that they can do or that they need, so that maybe it can be I'll help you, you help me type of thing. So that, because even though we are helpers and that at our base, that's what we do,
we also can get burnt out from that because we will start to feel used. And unfortunately, in the day and age that we live in, that isn't gonna be a real possibility with some of the people that we help. So having that barter system in place, and I don't know what it'll look like, it's something you'll just kind of have to think about, meditate on, and in your conversation, maybe you'll see, hey, you've got this really good skill that I could use, or I need, I'm gonna do this for you, and in exchange, you're gonna give me this many hours in this particular thing that business needs, or whatever. Maybe you come across somebody who is awesome with TikToks and you don't know anything about them, and she can help you set up a few reels, you know, I don't know, but just a suggestion.
So actually, I think Michael, I think everyone kind of keeps turning back to the point that he made. Just something very interesting I think would be a good idea. I know you don't want to continuously offer free services, but as someone who has gone through a similar situation, if I had just kind of an entry level, even if it's just something like a checklist, in the situation that you're in, this is what you're going to want to think about. This is what you're going to want to look at. So that may be all they really need to begin with. So that might be not a bad free option if that person can't afford to pay you at that point. But again, based on, again, piggybacking on something that a lot of people have said, at that point, that is a boundary that you're going to have to learn how to set.
Yeah.
Saying, this is my free service, or these are my free services, these are my only free services. Boundaries, and that's a thing that you're helping to teach, is boundaries. That's a great way to teach people what boundaries are, is by holding to those boundaries. But like I said, having gone through something like that as a younger female at the time, not anymore, even having something just like a checklist. I kind of got lucky. I had a mother who worked in an office full of attorneys. So they could kind of advise her on this is what Harry's going to need to do. This is what she needs to think about, at least to start off with. Yes, counseling, yes, grief, all that kind of stuff, yeah, absolutely. But on the surface, these are your basics, whether it be child support, whether it be actual divorce proceedings, whether it be the type of paperwork that you're going to want to fill out. If she can't afford an attorney, these are the things that she can do on her own. I think that might be a good starting place for those who need your services, but maybe don't know where to start. And then after that, they can say, okay, I have my basics taken care of, and maybe can afford maybe the next step. But I think that's a good idea to at least kind of have in your head.
I'm kind of on the same page, but I think that should be a charge. So I think that you should, my thought is, like, if you did your story and then do you want a checklist on how to get started or get out of your situation, you can download it here, even if it's only $7, or $10, or do a video. I'm in a coaching program right now, and a lot of what I'm getting from my coach is, it's all video. So, the lessons that I'm learning, she's not actually having to be there with me in that situation. She's walking me through a lot of the first steps through video. So that might be something that you can just sell, and it doesn't take you personally to have to be in that. And, that's worldwide. Somebody's scrolling the internet and runs across your video and it's like, man, that would be great if I had a checklist of things that I need to take care of, or I don't know how to get out of this situation. These are my options.
So I'll keep hitting on saying the checklist and so forth, and some free services. So allow you, I consider you process analysis, and start off with the checklist, your initial stage. Like, this level of service is going to be for free, and then they can even further as we start monetizing.
Yeah,
So process analysis, start off with a wide spectrum of screen and break it down to other sectors. So they can start at one point, okay, this is probably the next step. You know the patterns better than we would, but I would sit down and get a big piece of paper, circles, get lines, and say, this person asks about this. This is the most likely next step. This is what I should charge for it. And go through that whole process. And be more organized and more direct with your service.
Amanda, is your objective to avoid divorce or to achieve recovery after divorce?
A little bit of both. I don't advocate divorce, but I know divorce happens. And so when I'm working with a person that is contemplating divorce, I want to make sure that they know exactly what they're contemplating, what they're getting into, whether this is something that they actually really want, and what they're going to have to endure when they cross that line.
So you're going in both directions.
So I'm going in both directions. But it's mostly on the back end, as they're going through divorce, supporting them through the process, and then those that have come through the process but are still, like I was, in that mental space where they just don't know, still don't know what to do, still feeling lost, still out there acting crazy, like I was. So,
You know, one thought, kind of flipping to another thought, contact the state, see what it takes to put together a training module where, because I'm going to guess most of the mediators and everybody has to do continuing education. See what you can put together where you do a training that they will get credit for towards their yearly, hourly credits that they need to do if they need to do them. And then this way, you're in front of them every single time as training, or you can do them separately. Say, hey, this has been certified by the state that gives you 2 hours of continuing education. Now you're in front of people. That will draw the people that you're probably not going to be able to call you back and get your name in front of a lot of people.
Do you offer payment plans?
yes, I do.
Okay, yeah, that's good. And also, this is a deep topic, and I think that keeping your mental health, I mean, if you're dealing with this every day, you're gonna have to deal with you dealing with them. So take care of yourself.
Charge and take nice vacations.
I had a couple thoughts because you mentioned multiple times. I want to help, but I'm not making any money. The pro bono work that I do is limited. I can and only will take on so many pro bono clients at a time. And for them to earn another free session, they have to prove to me that they've accomplished A, B, and C. So I don't say, I'm going to give you 3 sessions, or I'm going to coach you for the next 3 months. We're going to do this coaching session. When you verify that A, B, and C have been accomplished, then call me and we'll book you for another session. Because of that skin in the game, those who truly can't afford it, they'll do those things and they'll call you in less time than you expect them to. And those who aren't taking it seriously, you'll never hear from again. But if you had a 10-person team and one person was dedicated to pro bono stuff, their time, they only have 40 hours a week. But that'd be 10% of the business. So you have to realize as a one-woman show, maybe I can only do 10%. Also, when you were talking about when you showed your coaching contract up there, $3,000 in 3 months can be challenging, but you are meeting with them every single week. So have you thought about offering every other week and stretching it out for 6 months? We're gonna meet twice a month, still have emails and texts and whatever in between, but it also stretches that payment amount out, maybe lowering the barrier to entry.
We've got time for just one more comment here, and then, if you want to go ahead.
I was just gonna go off of Brandy a little bit with the videos. I know my daughter takes some college classes with professors. They have pre-recorded their lessons and lectures, and each week they just release that new lesson. Being a one-woman band, one-woman show, if you had a pre-recorded series, it takes no time off your plate to send them that weekly video. It might be a lesser cost. Somebody that could get into it, they could get your weekly lessons, your lecture, your ideas, and then maybe get some a la carte, options. If they hit a tough week and they just really need some one-on-one, or they need some ideas, that could be kind of an add-on, but they could buy that pre-recorded series, frees up your time, and you're still, able to generate some revenue.
All right, last question. What can we do as a community to help you?
Like I was saying, if you know somebody that I need to be connected with, that I collaborate with, that I can do some speaking, or some classes or whatever with, please let me know. And please put my name out there so that I can be able to collaborate with these people and reach the people that I'm trying to reach.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, everybody, for feedback from Amanda. Did we get all the business cards? Anybody else need to put one in? Okay. Got everybody? Okay, where's Amanda? Oh, you want to pick our winner?
Yeah, Michelle.
Michelle, there you go. Do you want to select your swag up there? And while she's doing that, do we have community announcements? Marie, do you want to talk about George Fest?
Oh, yes.
Yes, and anybody else?
Just, I'm actually gonna read it from the city website. Tonight is the Bounce House in Farron Park. Also in Farron Park, we have a, no, that was last night.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, we had an event last night, and it was at the Clifford House. That's okay, that's okay. But I went to that in the beginning, and there were a lot of kids there. They had characters dressed up. They had free ice cream. Then they did a movie. It wasn't cold. It was tolerable. And they had a great time. Tonight is again the Bounce House in Farron Park. There will be a recital on the stage in the band shell on history, a history recital. And then at 6 o'clock we have a bike parade for the kids also, and when we judge, and we have some prizes. So just let them decorate their bike, bring them down, and I'm hoping we get a good turnout tonight. Should be a lot of fun. And then tomorrow night, the carnival actually comes to town. I do have tickets for the wristbands. Thursday night is $20 night. You buy a wristband and you can ride everything that's there. I have to tell you, I think that there are a lot of rides for younger children. So, you know, if they like the rides, you can put them on all night long. Tomorrow night also, Eustis Street is blocked off, and there will be a band downtown, a performer also downtown. Friday night, same thing, but in the park. We'll be in the park Friday and Saturday night. Our last weekend, our concert got canceled because of the weather, and a young man wanted to perform so bad, and somebody came in and offered lollygaggers. So at the last minute, he was moved to lollygaggers, and those of us that were there, we got to eat, we got to listen to almost our private concert. It was great. But you know, again, the weather, we have no control over the weather. So Friday and Saturday night in the park, Tracy Bird's Friday night, and we will be very, very busy. And then Drake White, if you haven't listened to any of his music, go on and listen to it. I think he's like Jelly Roll Light, okay, from listening to him. Lots of entertainment. The Chamber will have our beverage station there. Please come out and participate or check it out. If this is your first one, check it out. The parade is Saturday, almost 80 some entries. So it's going to be a great parade, and some of you are in it. I think Delaney has like 30 walkers with her entries, so I'm really excited to get to see them. So if you have any questions, just ask me.
Well, and come out and see our young professionals working our beverage tent on Saturday night?
No, they're doing Friday.
Friday night?
Friday, no, I checked with them and they can't do Saturday night, so they're doing Friday night, so, which is, you know, under the gun, because that's gonna be a busy night, so we'll train you well, okay, we'll train you well.
Zuli will be there.
Zuli will be there, Monty will be there, I don't know about Margaret, but yeah, go ahead, volunteer, get involved, have fun. It is a fun time.
Marie, the next chamber breakfast is on Wednesday, the 6th of March.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes.
I have 2 free tickets to come to the breakfast. If you're not a member of the chamber, you could be my guest. I've got 2 of them. You can come to the chamber breakfast for free, have a great breakfast, take a look at it, and see if it's something you want to join and get deeper involved in the community. It's a combination of networking and education together. So if anybody wants my 2 tickets I got as a board member to give away this month, let me know.
And that breakfast is our Community Service Awards, which is open to the public. The Community Service Awards, it's on our website, it's on our Facebook. And then the other awards, the Business Awards, are for small, medium, and large businesses, but you have to be a member of the chamber to qualify for that one. So there are two opportunities to vote, one if you're a member, but the public is invited to submit a nomination, and there are a number of categories, okay, from education and arts and cultural all the way through. So please check that out, our website and then our Facebook.
And I think as a stipulation, they have to come here after the breakfast. And then you try to bring a friend.
That's right.
Well, plan your day around that, because yes, the first Wednesday of the month, we're right down the street, we're at the community center, you have breakfast with us, you can make all kinds of connections, and then some of us just walk down here and participate in 1 Million Cups. And that's it's always the first Wednesday of the month, so it's working out well. We have become a team, so, and it's enjoyable. So if you block your whole Wednesday morning off on your calendar, you can go ahead and do that. And then plan on staying here a while. You know, some of us just stay and continue the conversations we started. So.
Marie, the young professionals, you had your first at the chamber,
Yes.
your first get together. The next one is
March
March 15th.
March 15th.
and we're hosting it here, I think, at the Mega Workplace. I went to the first one, I had the honor to speak, and I know we've got a fantastic speaker coming for the next one that I think deals around branding yourself and communication and everything. So if you've got a young entrepreneur, a young up and coming, this is really, really good for them. I cannot overemphasize how you bring in, how you mature somebody who, in my case, kids that I struggle with or struggled with. It's a great opportunity. So it is going to be something huge, and it's within their own age groups. So what's the date of that, Zuli? Do you remember?
It's Friday, March 15th.
Friday, March 15th. It's a Friday night event. I think, Zuli, you said you were going to create some type of after party, so to say, or a place we would all go after, maybe, or do something like that. There was talk. So it's a night.
She is now.
So we're trying to highlight the businesses downtown because one of our goals essentially is to bring life, bring some vitality to downtown Eustis. So please come and join us. We start at 5:30, networking, and then the presenter will start at 6:30, and then hopefully you can join us for our after party.
And it's not Eustis, and not to act like I'm correcting you or anything, but this is a county kind of thing. Everybody's welcome. So
Yes, everybody's welcome.
we've got one person coming from Claremont, I know. So anybody and everybody around. Eustis keeps coming up only because we're shaking it up here and getting stuff done. But it's invited an invitation to any young adult anywhere.
But if you act young and feel young, you could still come.
Correct.
Yes.
Yes, because I'm not in the young category, but I plan on being here. And we're looking at ourselves more as mentors, okay? So we will be there for you. We will support you.
At Trout Lake this weekend on Saturday night, or we will be having our Trout Lake at Night program. You come at 5:30, you go down to our dock, you watch the sunset, you'll watch about 3,000 birds come into their roost. After it gets dark, you'll come back up, we'll have a campfire, you can roast marshmallows, have hot chocolate, we'll have some music there, and it'll be just a nice, quiet, mellow night. And then on Saturday, somebody mentioned they didn't realize that Trout Lake is dog friendly. We are having our monthly pack walk at 2 o'clock, so bring your dog. They like to socialize just as much as people do. And we take a walk on some of our trails. According to the weather, it's supposed to be gorgeous on Saturday and Sunday. So it's Sunday afternoon and Saturday at Trout Lake.
Sorry, I forgot to mention, if you wanted to get some updates on the events for young professionals, we do have a Facebook page and an Instagram. It's YP LEACC. Yes, it's yeah, all of the acronyms. But join us, follow us, and check us out.
Last thing, Fast Track. So Kaufman, who sponsors 1 Million Cups, came up with that programming. They also have something called Fast Track, which Lead is bringing right here starting March 19th. It's a 10-week free course, take you from business idea to business plan. So we're doing that in conjunction with the SBDC as well. So that'll be every Tuesday starting March 19th from 3 to 5 or 6. So Amanda went through it, our first cohort down in South Lake, and I believe, Steve, you're on set to do the next one, right? So, well, thank you.
Great, well, thank you, everybody. So this concludes our meeting this morning. So good to see everybody. We'll see you next week. But before you go, let's do a group picture. So everybody come on up and invite your friends for next week. So thank you, everybody.
All right, how are we looking? Good? I think so. I think so.
Oh yeah, one finger.
All right. Let's look over here. We're gonna do 3, 2, 1. You got it. this is